Hello, welcome everyone to the second episode of the Extra Attacker Hockey Podcast. I am Kynat Sorokin, joined alongside by Jeff Hale. How you doing today?
Dude, I am exhausted. I don't know what is going on, but I have just needed nonstop sleep for like 4 days. It's
That
kind
sound
of killing me.
that sounds like you don't actually get quality sleep.
I think it's just the kids that are killing me right now. Let me put that in context for everybody who doesn't know. Right now, I am a school teacher. So the kids are killing me. I had a class of 105 yesterday. That's a little excessive.
And for context, he's substitute teaching, which is why it was only one day
Yes.
that it was 105 kids, not every day.
Yes.
For
105 in one class. It's a little ridiculous.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm fine. I apparently this week I'm just a little out of things. I'm just a little out of it. I don't know what it is. But hey, it is what it is. And I'm here. I'm ready. I got to have some fun this week with some hockey. You got to have some fun this week with some hockey, and we're going to be talking about some hockey. So, really.
Absolutely.
What more can you ask for?
Yeah, can't complain about that. Well, you alluded to it already. Tell me about that. Did you go to a hockey game this week? I mean, there was hockey that happened.
So I did go to a hockey game this week. I went to the Edmonton Oilers season opener, which was very exciting and also a very low bar as to expectations. As last year in our season opener, we lost 8-1 to the Vancouver Canucks. So my hope with this game that I watched this week was that we would do better than losing 8-1. And Jeff, did we deliver?
To be honest, that's tough. That's a tough answer. On one hand, yes, but on the other hand, no. So
hey,
a little bit of both.
Okay, and so I can break down what happened at the game too. Okay, so because when you look at the scoreline, 6-0 for Winnipeg, that looks pretty bad.
It does.
Don't get me wrong.
See, they gave up less goals, so they did do better.
They did.
But they also scored less goals and got shut out. So.
We didn't have to pull our goalie, like switch our goalies till halfway through the game instead of halfway through the first period. And to be fair, I've heard mixed reports of how long it seemed like a very even game. I think it wasn't. I think for the first 25 minutes of the game, it was a very even game. Heck, I think the Oilers were even playing a bit better. Yeah, Winnipeg had scored a couple of goals, but the Oilers controlled play most of the time. Even after we were losing by a lot, we were still controlling the play. We still had it in there and a lot. And we outshot them the entire game. Now, and 6-0, oh, that sounds really bad. The goalie freaking sucks. Skinner, blah, blah, blah. No, the goals that Winnipeg scored, it's always the goalie. And I love it when people just complain about the goalie and blame the goalie. Because you can tell it's the people that haven't actually seen what the goals were. Because there are goals that the goalie should have saved, and there are goals that the goalie couldn't have saved. And I'd say 4 out of 5 of the goals that were scored, the goalie could not have saved. That one extra goal was not a soft goal.
Yeah.
It was a cross-ice pass where the Winnipeg player had all the time in the world. He did wait for Skinner to get over and get square, so it was mano-a-mano, one-on-one, and the goalie just got beat, which happens. Skinner made some fantastic saves. Literally, like 2 minutes into the game, we gave up a breakaway to Mark Scheifele, and Skinner saved it. Like, he robbed him 2 minutes into the game.
Which was unfortunate for my fantasy team. I'm just going to put that out there.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, me too.
Because, you literally have more points than anyone in the league right now. Oh, no, my poor fantasy. Oh.
Yes, that's me.
Yeah, it's okay. You're not playing me this week, so I'm okay with it. You go ahead and have a monster week.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, so, I mean, the game itself was fun. The players played really well, and most of the time our defense was good. It's just when our defense wasn't good, it was very not good. And they'll clean it up. This is likely a good thing. because you got to wake up. Getting started is always the hardest part. And if you can get, this is an amazing wake up call where it's like, okay, yeah, we're all about the playoffs, but the regular season matters. And if we're going to get trounced 6-0, well, we got to shape up. So this is going to wake them up real quick, and they'll get back to it.
So the question is then, who's next in line? So it's going to be about 2 weeks, 3 weeks until Knobloch gets fired.
Nah, give it a month. We got to... Oh, next in line is clearly Wayne Gretzky. If Paul Coffey is if Paul Coffey is the assistant coach isn't enough, it's going to be Gretzky and Messier on the bench.
Okay.
Because Gretzky had such a great track record as a coach in Arizona back in the day.
Hey, I mean, Edmonton needed the coaching change last year. What was it, 11 straight losses or 14 or 11-2 or something like that?
We were 2-9-1.
Yeah. And all it was the coaching change, and that turned it around for him. So give it a few weeks. You'll all be good.
So true. How was your game experience?
Oh, mine was awesome. I was hoping that I was going to have a couple of photos uploaded we could put on screen, but life got away from me. I had to teach 105 kids yesterday, so I didn't do that. But yes, as many of you guys know, Utah, home opener, inaugural game, first in franchise history. It was an awesome thing. We had that huge party outside, trying all day to get tickets, and then about 3 hours before game time, they started spiking again. So we didn't get tickets. But we got to hang out outside, watch it on the big screens. Looks like I'm blurry all of a sudden. I don't know what happened there. Hello. Hi, camera.
No, hold your hand really close to your camera to make it focus. And then bring it back. Yeah, and now move it away so it'll focus on you.
It's trying.
There we go.
Hey! Hopefully it wasn't like that for too long. I wasn't looking.
No.
But yeah, no, it was a heck of a game. We ended up pulling it out. I mean, yes, it's the Chicago Bedards, we all know. But for the first game in franchise history, we kind of needed a little bit of a layup. And I mean, our defense is looking amazing, goalkeeping's looking amazing. Couple little things that we got to shake off the rust, get a little bit of that inexperience out of the way. Like you were saying with Stuart Skinner, same thing happened to Ingram. Our first goal that we gave up, of all people, Sergachev, completely lazy little league kind of back check and missed it. Left a perfect opportunity for Chicago to score. They put one in. The second one was just a deflection down into the 5-hole. I'm really not worried about this team. You know, I was putting us on a fringe wild card spot. I think we have wild card pretty well secured if we can keep up this kind of play. We're looking real good. It's real exciting. But I do want to tell you a little bit of a story, because I don't think I even told you this. So obviously, go to a hockey game, they're gonna sell some merchandise. I'm gonna spend too much on merchandise. I do want to show this off actually. This super cool looking puck that I got for the inaugural season. Yeah,
that's just not flat ink printing on there. No, that's like there's a medallion on there.
Yeah, that's the steel medallion in there. Jeez. So I paid way too much for that, but it was cool.
Well,
so I bought
hold on.
Hold
on.
What's he got?
You think your puck is cool? Check out my towel. Way better than any puck. Because guess what? Can your puck do this?
What?
Oh, yeah.
That's sick.
My towel lights up. Yeah, so get wrecked, nerd.
Yeah, they had T-shirts and rally towels for those inside, but obviously I'm an outdoor cat. But throughout the night, they were giving away chances to win tickets to get into the game.
Naturally.
They didn't tell us how.
Naturally.
Until they kind of just happened. They just said, be on the lookout. There's ways to win tickets. So I went and bought a T-shirt in that puck. And I got tired of carrying the bag around. So I'm wearing my shorts. I got the big cargo short pockets. So I'm just going to put that crap in the pocket, get rid of the bag. One less thing to carry. So as I'm pulling it out, I see this in the bottom of that direction.
Ooh.
And it's one of those things. It's super cool. Just some little commemorative.
That is really cool.
But then when you flip it around to the backside. Me and the dude standing in the crowd next to me are freaking out. We're like, dude, I just won a ticket. I'm in there. Section 10, row 8, that's a heck of a seat. And we're losing it. And it took us about 10 minutes for me to look and take a real close look. Where is that seat? Section 10, row 8, seat 24. What was the date on Tuesday?
The 8th
of
October.
In what year?
2024. Yeah.
That's what gave it away. I thought I had won a ticket to get into the game until I realized the seat was actually the date and this was just commemorative.
That's dumb. I'm sorry. Like, why would you put the seat section in row then on that?
I disagree. I think it's awesome. I think it's really, really cool. And I mean, it looks like a ticket. That's the way you do it. The thing that I was upset about is just, you got me. I got. I have to admit that. There's no way around it. And I fell for it.
Yeah.
They got me good, and I fell for it. So I was a little salty for a few minutes.
No kidding.
But yeah. So there's my story. But we won.
You did.
Dylan Guenther, 2 goals.
I can't say the same. Yeah. No, we're still waiting on the first Oiler goal of the season.
Yeah, Dylan Guenther is him. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Well, he's better than McDavid already. Like, honestly,
I know.
McDavid's washed. Gunther's the new McDavid. Like,
I'm excited that the Oilers right now, they're on pace to score 0 goals and go over 82.
Yeah, we're the new San Jose Shark. Give us a first overall pick already. Gosh.
Yeah.
We don't even have we don't even have a first round draft pick right now.
Really?
Well, it's because we traded it away, but there's a condition that we give the team that has it next year, the following year's pick, if our pick becomes a top 10 pick.
Oh, I gotcha.
So it's one of those conditionals where it's they say it's top 10 protected.
Yeah.
So it's gonna happen. We're gonna get our pick this year. We're gonna get the first overall pick and start a rebuild. Yeah,
looks like
a rebuild.
Yeah.
It's time right now.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but Kay, we had a lot of other games that happened this week. Starting games other than just the Oilers and the Utah Hockey Club, not Yetis.
Oh, please, not Yetis.
Nah, I've heard Outlaws is the one that I've liked the most.
Yeah, I do like Outlaws a lot. It took me a few minutes to kind of come around to that one. I do like that. My original, before this whole process even started, I said Blizzard. I think that sounds cool. Keeps that double Z name. I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's going to be Yeti. It's already been leaked by multiple sources at this point.
Nah, I think it'll get squished because of too many connections to Colorado. But anywho.
Oh, please.
Anyway.
Yes. Opening night. Hopefully some of you guys watched at least one of the games opening night. Couple of good games. Blues Kraken. I will admit I didn't see any of that. I was at the party. I was standing
watched some
there.
Highlights.
Did you? Okay. Yeah, but I was standing there as you saw. I was on ESPN apparently, hanging out with PK Subban and Mark Messier.
I did see. Yeah.
Yep.
I did see you.
Nope.
You looked short.
ESPN.
Funnily enough, you didn't look that tall. Yeah, it was just the angle and the height that you were next to people.
Oh yeah.
I think maybe they were just a step above you or something, and so your head you didn't seem to tower over people like you normally do at your Zdeno Chara frame.
Yeah, that's weird. I didn't see it obviously, so yeah. So Blues Kraken happened.
Yeah,
I missed it.
The only thing important in that game is that both Dylan Holloway and Philip Broberg got points. Holloway actually set up Broberg to score, and for those who maybe don't know, Broberg and Holloway were two players that the St. Louis Blues snaked, nigh on stole from the Edmonton Oilers.
Pretty much.
Doing the wonderful offer sheet system that no team has ever in NHL history targeted two players from the same team at the same time. Like, that happened, but hey, if you're willing to play mostly unproven youngsters, rookies, a combined total of over $7 million, you go for it.
Good luck to you.
Yeah. I mean, wish you all the best.
Hey, 2 games into the season, it's looking like a heck of a deal. So, again, we're on pace for that to be the best offer sheet signing in NHL history. That's my favorite part.
Let's give it a month before we start saying anything, because any sampling of 2 games, you can make San Jose look like the Cup favorites.
And that's why I love the first couple games of any sports season, because everybody's on pace for just ridiculous stats, and you can make crazy claims like that, and you're technically not right, but you're also not wrong.
Eye roll.
Look at that.
Yeah. I will say, though, from what I saw from the Kraken in that game, I would like to officially change my prediction. I'm making a team change. I'm removing Seattle from my playoff predictions and inserting Utah. I'm officially making this move. I wanna apologize to all my Utah fans out there and all the Utah supporters, and say a big screw you to Seattle, and you're trash. And yeah, I will definitely never be making any other kind of shifts or opinion changes or prediction modifications at any point the rest of the year. No,
of course not.
My one and only.
You're locked in.
Yeah. I did watch the Florida-Boston game.
Good. I don't want to talk about that, so I'll let you talk about that. I
Boston
watched quite a bit of that
sucked. Boston sucked. Florida.
Here I was.
The whole game.
Here I was thinking Korpisalo was going to take a step up.
You can't blame Korpisalo on this one. We were hyping up Boston's defense, and they just decided, you know what?
Yeah.
We're just not going to do anything. We're not going to. You had no defense. The play was in your end constantly. 15 minutes in the game, right. The shots were like 15-1. It was like 12-1 or 15-1. I do remember it being 12-1 at one point, but I'm pretty sure it got to 15-1. And Florida only had 1 goal at that point. So let's not.
Fair enough.
Opening game of the season against the defending champs. Korpisalo held you in as long as he could.
The neutered defending champs. Let's be real about this. They lost about half their team.
As the defending champs do. Why do you think Colorado's never been able to make a deep run since?
Yep.
They lost all their depth. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, Boston made the scoreline look respectable, but they did not look respectable in that game.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were quiet. There were good takeaways, but yeah, it's a good thing in their second game they won, and they made it look like they're actually going to be the team everyone thinks they're going to be.
Right. Honestly, I think it's just fear of Florida at this point. It's anytime we play Florida, we're just going to clam up and pretend we don't know what hockey is.
Well, why do you think Swayman waited so long to sign his contract? So he didn't have to play Florida. He conveniently signed the day before.
The next best thing to a get out of jail free card against Florida.
Yeah,
just waiting to sign.
He actually took that.
See, the one thing that I read later, because obviously I was at the Utah party, I would check in on the game for a couple minutes here and there when I could. But apparently, the Florida fans were chanting, "We want Swayman," about halfway through the game. Because he was there, dressed on the bench. He was not going to play. But he was there and he was ready. The photos that I've seen, he looked depressed by that. And he looked so exposed. And I felt for the guy. I did.
It's a cost of doing business.
Yep. And then, opening night, Utah, Chicago Bedards. Kind of already talked about that, but it was actually a very good game. Utah, we dominated most of the time, but we'd have pockets. I mean, the first 15 minutes of the third period, it was disgustingly bad. We very, very easily could have given that game up. We were only up 3-2 at that point, or 3-1 rather. They ended up scoring one. We put in the empty netter for 4, and then we had a power play at the end. Patrick Maroon decided he wanted to throw a fit. So he gets kicked out of the game. We're on the power play with, I think it was like 20-something seconds left, 30 seconds left. We put another one in. Yeah, not too much to say beyond that. We already kind of talked about that. Obviously, it's early in the season. If your team has lost, if in your 0-2, don't panic.
Is anyone 0-2? The Sabres are 0-3.
I don't know if anybody's 0-2 yet.
And no one is 0-2. Nope. We've got some 2-0s.
Yeah. 2-0s, a lot of 1-1s.
Naturally.
Nashville and Detroit are both 0-1. Carolina 0-1.
Technically, Chicago's 0-1-1, so that's almost 0-2.
Yeah, I count it.
And the Canucks have lost 2 games in overtime. And wow, guys, Edmonton's at the bottom of the Pacific. Worst in the West.
And we both picked them to win the Pacific. We are washed.
Yeah. So wild, so crazy. Anywho, yeah. Oh wait, the Toronto Montreal game. I do want to just mention on that game. That happened before the Oilers game, and while I was out to eat, I was seeing it on the TV. That game was wild. Montembeault, the goalie for Montreal, absolutely stole that game for Montreal. Toronto had 42 shots in that game and lost 1-0.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's insane.
So that's a storybook ending, a storybook beginning rather for Montreal's season to be able to beat Toronto 1-0 like that.
Yeah, you can't ask for much better than that.
No.
Yeah, I mean there were 3 shutouts Wednesday. You had the Montreal game, the Rangers, and Winnipeg all shut out their opponents.
Yeah, there was a lot of shutouts.
Yeah. Which doesn't do well for some of my predictions later.
Yeah. But wait.
Do you watch the Flames Canucks on Wednesday? I know we were talking about it.
I watched the end of it, and I saw the score. I was following the score line. Because all of a sudden, as I'm checking my fantasy, I see all of a sudden, wait, last I remember seeing, Vancouver was up 4-1. All of a sudden, Calgary's up 5-4. And so I throw that baby on as I'm driving home from the Oilers game. Yep. Fortunately, the parkade I was in happened to give me full bar service, so I was able to see it.
Oh, nice. Yeah, they were down 4-1. Calgary decides, we kind of want to play some hockey. They score 3 and tie it in the third, and then they go to overtime and then win. I am not a Flames fan, but yes, it's early. That is a early contender for most exciting finish to a game all season.
Well, and they almost blew it. Michael Backlund had a golden opportunity to pot the empty netter. All he had to do was shoot it by Quinn Hughes, and he just gave a complete muffin, a softie towards the net, and Quinn Hughes batted that down like the elite defender he is. Takes it, sends it up to JT Miller, and Miller absolutely rockets a shot past Dan Vladar. No, it was exciting. I mean, I was laying in bed watching that on my phone, and I became a Flames fan for a couple seconds. I'm sorry, I have to admit, but that was exciting enough. Well, it's Vancouver, and Vancouver's a bigger threat here. Calgary's just happy they won a game. They won their season. Exactly. They're just happy to be there. But the goal in overtime, though, was so nasty.
Yeah,
if you haven't watched it,
thrilling game.
Go watch the highlights because that overtime winner was filthy. Content warning for children.
Yeah, parental advisory because somebody just got wrecked. That was a public execution.
It was nasty.
With that, week 1, there's going to be injury report. Our boy Macklin Celebrini, the tiny celebration, is going to be inactive today, it looks like, versus Anaheim with a lower body injury. He's, quote, still being evaluated.
This is
I watched.
hockey ain't football where you get every nitty gritty detail about how their tummy felt after breakfast, because
Unless
the
they're
betting
Austin
odds.
Matthews.
Yeah,
Austin Matthews in the playoffs, we're gonna know all about his explosive diarrhea.
Yeah. Wait, was that a thing?
Yeah, last year in the playoffs against Boston, he missed 2 games because he had explosive diarrhea.
I remember him missing games. I didn't know that's why it was. That's
what
wild.
it was. That's what it was. Yeah.
I can't believe they didn't just put a diaper on him and make him play.
Well,
like, it's
he already wears a diaper.
True. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So what are they going to do? True. Double up? It's too much friction.
Well,
anyway.
Put a catheter in or something.
Oh, you can't catheter from behind. Anyway, hide your kids. Barkov in Florida is questionable today against the Sabres as well with a leg injury.
That's not one that we really need to stress about having Barkov in. Buffalo sucks. They should be so much better. There's something going on with that organization.
Yeah, I don't know if it's management. I don't know if it's coaching, but I mean, I don't think they're a cup team, but they should be a lot better than they are. It's kind of embarrassing for them. If you're a Buffalo fan, I'm sorry. Genuinely, I feel for you.
Yeah. Have fun with your team going to Atlanta or Houston. Kidding.
Ooh, or if you believe people on Facebook, Quebec City, because that experiment hasn't failed 12 times already.
Quebec City will never get a team.
No, nor should
they. They don't have the money. They're too much government employee. There's not enough corporate sponsorship there.
Yeah. Go figure. Jonathan Drouin, day-to-day with upper body injury, will miss at least the next 2 games. So there's our first confirmed going to be missing some games. Nick Seeler on the IR and will miss the season opener. How long is he going to be on our IR? Again, we don't know yet. Petrie will not play versus Nashville and is day-to-day. So those are kind of the big ones that we saw. Again, nothing major yet. Really, the only major injury that we kind of know of was Patrick Laine, but we talked about that a little bit last week.
Well, and Jack Campbell going on the player assistance program.
That's right.
Which is sad. That's sad. All thoughts and prayers to him and his family.
Yeah.
I mean, the dude's had it so rough the past few years. You hate to say it, but it's almost kind of no wonder.
Yeah. It's one of those things. Obviously, we don't know any details other than he's on the player assistance program. I know that this is an impossible ask. I hope we don't find out the details. This is if you get put on a suspension for steroids or you get injured, that's stuff that I think the fans deserve to kind of know what's going on. This is a very personal thing. This could be anything ranging from mental health disorders. Maybe he's dealing with alcohol problem. It could be anything, but this is a very personal issue. You get put in player assistance when you need, as the name implies, assistance. He's not doing well. I don't know what that means. Very well could explain some of his play in Edmonton, having to get put down to the AHL. I feel bad for the guy. We were memeing on him last year, kind of well-deserved for his play, but it kind of puts all that in a little bit more perspective when you see something like this happen. So I hope the best for him. Prayers to him. Hopefully he can get his stuff figured out. Hopefully it doesn't affect his career and his family or anything like that. So we're wishing him the best.
Yeah. Okay. On to some other news, a bit of a transaction news. We've got kind of a funny scenario with the player Raphael Lavoie.
Yes. Tell me about that.
So
this graphic that you have here, I think I know a little bit about what's going on, but if I didn't and I was just looking at this graphic, I'd think we were having a little bit of a dick measuring contest between Edmonton and Vegas.
So let's go over the timeline here. October 6th. When everyone's putting their players, they're sending down to the minors on waivers who have to go on waivers, which for those who may not know, waivers are some players, depending on the type of contract they have, when they're sent from the NHL down to the minors, they can just go straight there. Quick, boom, trip. Other players, if they have a different kind of contract, have to go on waivers, which is a period of 24 hours where they kind of go on this list that means any team in the league can claim that player and add them to their team without having to give anything back to the other team.
Yeah.
And so it's a great way to pick up depth players, fringe players that are trying to make the NHL but aren't quite there yet. It's a whole thing. But Raphael Lavoie has been with the Oilers for a couple years. Essentially, exclusively been in the minors. Maybe have had a few NHL games. But it's hard to earn a spot on the Oilers right now. We have a lot of great players. So he didn't make it. But because of his contract, he had to be put on waivers. So October 6th, Edmonton placed Raphael Lavoie on waivers. October 7th, Vegas claims Lavoie off waivers. October 8th, Vegas places Lavoie on waivers to send him down to the minors, just like Edmonton was trying to do. Well, what do you think is going to happen? October 9th, Lavoie is claimed off of waivers by Edmonton. October 10th, Edmonton, trying to send Lavoie down to the minors, places him on waivers. October 11th, Lavoie is claimed off of waivers by Vegas. Now, you must be wondering, well, why doesn't this go on forever? And I'll tell you. So,
Please.
there are certain rules about a player's ability to go straight down to the minors after being claimed off of waivers versus having to clear waivers again. And the condition is if any other team has put in a claim for that player. Because teams will put in claims often for multiple players, trying to just get at least one, because the order of priority as to who gets the player is based off of last season's standings. Yeah. So the lower a team was in the standings last year, the easier it is for them to get the player. If two teams put a player on waiver, if two teams try to claim a player, the team that was lower in the standings gets that player. However, if multiple teams put in a claim, that player has to again clear waivers in order to go down to the minors.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're the only team that puts in a claim, you can just send him straight down to the minors. He doesn't have to clear waivers again. But if multiple teams try, well, he goes into your main organization and would have to clear waivers again to go down to the minors. So this is what happened. When Edmonton first put Lavoie on waivers, multiple teams tried to claim him, but Vegas got priority, so Vegas claimed him. But since multiple teams tried, that means Vegas has to put him on waivers. So Vegas put him on waivers. Now, any other team that was interested likely was just doing it to try and get one player, because you don't know who's all going to claim who. And so, in theory, no one else was going to be interested in Lavoie except for Edmonton and Vegas. So, with Vegas having to put him back on waivers, it was likely that if Edmonton claimed him, then he'd just go straight down to our minor team. However, for some sneaky reason, I haven't heard officially who, but I have heard that there was a team out in the East who was higher in the standings than Edmonton last year who put in a claim for Lavoie at the same time as Edmonton. Which means Edmonton got him, but Lavoie would have to clear waivers again. Which means Vegas would have another crack.
Yep.
But, mysteriously, when Edmonton put Lavoie back on waivers and Vegas put in their claim, that Eastern team magically didn't try and put in a claim again, which meant that Vegas could claim him and send him straight down to the minors without having to have him claim waivers again. So keep an eye out for some trade to go down between Vegas and some Eastern team where
involving him.
Not involving him. Involving just some player where Vegas gives a player and they receive back future considerations.
I see where you're going.
And it's not going to be any big player or anything, but
no.
There's likely some kind of sneaky deal that's been made.
Okay.
Yeah, so really at the end of the day, this is a minor league player. It's just depth. It's just development. It's not the end of the world, but it's a little tricky.
Yeah.
A little sneaky.
Yeah. It's a super interesting situation. I mean, I just feel bad for him. And
yeah, he's having been sitting in a hotel right now just waiting to play.
I just hope for his sake though that, I mean, obviously playing for Edmonton, I just really hope Vegas took the time to actually print one of his jerseys out. If he doesn't, by the end of his career, get to hang his Vegas jersey on the wall, I think this whole situation was just bad for him. He got shafted.
I mean, he is on Vegas now, so he does have a jersey.
I mean, good point.
He's not going to be wearing it yet because he's not going to be playing up there, but I'm sure they give... Vegas seems like the kind of team that would give a player a jersey.
Yeah. I mean, they just won the cup. They got money. What do they care?
It's true.
But good luck to him. He, I don't know. I feel like that in the photo, it does have the Golden Knights jersey on him. That does look good on him.
They're really good at Photoshop.
They are. I've always wondered, is it just somebody really good at Photoshop? I would think that the best way of doing it is when you sign your contract, you have to go in for your media appearance and everything. I would think they just put on like a green jersey, just a blank green screen jersey, so that they could do all this really easy. I don't know that that's accurate, but that's always just been my headcanon on it. Because some of these, they're too good, and the angles are perfect on some of these.
I'd believe it. I could see it being a thing.
Yeah. Anyway, anything else on him?
No.
Good. Y'all want some more drama?
Always.
For the end of some drama, I guess. Jeremy Swayman. I was wrong. He signed with Boston.
I knew it. I called it.
Pretty well. What was it? The day, maybe 2 days after.
2 days after.
He went live. And I was like, nah, he's gone. He did. 8 years, $66 million. That's an 8.25 average annual value. Now here's why I'm upset about that. Yes, I'm a Boston fan. Yes, I'm happy Sway's back in the fold. We were throwing a fit going to the media and having this huge ordeal because 8x8 wasn't good enough. And you couldn't have just gone back to the team and said, I'll take 8.25. The team's not going to balk at that. That's a total of $2 million. The team was not going to balk at that.
$2 million is a lot, to be fair. I know compared to $64 million, it doesn't seem like as much. But cap room and principal. Yeah. And I know I have it from a reliable source that Boston is stingy as heck.
How reliable? Contracts. To be fair, yes, they are stingy.
But it was from the mother of Jake DeBrusk,
and that's why I'm saying how reliable. Jake DeBrusk, the known, let's constantly whine and complain about not getting paid big dollars while I'm underperforming.
But it wouldn't be just him that she knows this from. It would be, Louis DeBrusk. He's well connected. They know the management. They've been in the league for years. They've been involved. Like, they'd have seen things. They'd know things.
Sure.
Like, it wasn't in relation to they're being stingy with Jake. It's just they are a stingy organization.
Sure.
So, again, you're right. You can take it with a grain of salt. But it's the closest. I've also just heard Boston referred to in other contexts as a tight organization when it comes to their negotiations, and they're willing to say no.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I mean, like we said last week, there's no possible way. None of us were sitting in the room. There's no possible way we can know all of what was said, all of what happened. You have to trust. Everybody has their own story that makes them look better. You have to trust those stories. I just find it hard to believe that both sides wouldn't have been able to sit down, hammer this out for that small of a difference. If they're offering 8, he wants 8.5. They met right in the middle of those. It's hard for me to believe that we had to drag this out as long as we did. Get the media involved. The team had to go out and make the 64 million reasons to play comment. The agent had to go out and be a jerk like he was. I really hope Swayman's fired him already. if he hasn't this is just ridiculous.
He won't. You don't.
But he is now tied for 4th in the league. Tied with Sorokin behind
Sorokin.
Sorokin. Hey.
I'm Sorokin. He's Sorokin.
I know, and I knew you first. That's why we were talking the other day.
I appreciate it. I appreciate
your brain wants to pronounce names wrong.
Yep. It's I get it.
Permanent
you can throw Allmark in at that with him and Sorokin now as well with Swayman. Allmark. Because Allmark
was that the same?
Allmark signed the exact same contract just for 4 years instead of 8.
Okay. So yeah, I guess he's tied for 4th now with Oli and Sorokin, behind Hellebuyck, Vasilevsky, and Bobrovsky. So,
and technically Carey Price. Technically.
Yeah, Carey Price, but he's not. Well, I know he's not playing. Is he still signed?
Oh yeah, no, he's still he's on LTIR.
Okay.
Carey Price is on LTIR. He's technically not retired yet.
Carey Price, if you're listening, just end it. We love you. We miss you. You're done.
It's not how that works. It's not how that works.
Just retire, homeboy.
And it's likely that Igor Shesterkin will eclipse them all. Because he's already turned down an $88 million contract at 11 per, because he wants to be the highest paid player on the Rangers, because he and his agent believe he is the best player on the Rangers, which I think there's a legitimate argument for.
Sure. And I think we're getting now into the territory where we know the cap's going to go up. Over time, the cap's never going to go down. It's always going to go up every year, every 3 years, every 5 years, whatever it is. There's always going to be more cap space as time goes on. However, if the cap space is going up this much, you can't be jumping your contract up and far outpacing the rate of inflation on that side. I think we're starting to get into that point where, like you said, he may be the best player in the Rangers. He may deserve that kind of money. The Rangers, they have a lot of talent on that team. Are they willing to sign him, give him that blank check that he wants, give him everything he wants, and then have to get rid of some of their other players?
They better.
We're starting to get into those kinds of conversations where some of these teams are going to have to go to their guys and say, yeah, you're worth everything you're asking for. We just can't.
And I agree that there will come that time. We're not there yet because this is how the cap system works. And the cap's going to be going up quite a lot for the next number of years. The league revenue is the cap does not reflect the current league revenue. The league because of COVID and everything, the cap has fallen behind league revenue, and so it's going to take a while for that to catch up. So these contracts, like say Leon Draisaitl is $14 million a year. Right now, that seems like 3 years from now, it's going to seem quite doable. So
exactly.
Shesterkin, they have all year to iron it out, to figure that out. The highest paid player on the Rangers is only $11 million, and that's Panarin.
Yeah.
They can do it, and you find ways to make the cap work. You take when you lock up, because here's the thing: it seems like a lot, whether it's Swayman, Shesterkin, Draisaitl, whoever. It seems like a lot, but when you lock up those key superstars, players end up coming to you on deals at discounts.
Exactly right.
And so you end up net actually getting you're better off and actually spending less because you spent a little more on your superstars.
Yeah. And that's the game. That's the game you got to play, right? As much as that's true, you have to take that chance, and I'm willing to overpay you. How much are we willing to overpay? And that's where that dance comes in, right? And so it's going to be an interesting couple of years. Like you said, they've got till the end of the year to figure it out. So I'm not super concerned with them, but I think we're getting to that point where teams have got to start looking at that. I feel like you said, the contracts are outpacing the rate right now of inflation for the cap, for the league revenue. And so in the next year or two, a couple teams are going to have to tighten that belt. They're going to have to figure some of these things out, get creative. 2 years, 3 years from now, it's not going to matter anymore. But it'll be an interesting couple of years until that point.
Yes, sir.
So.
All right. Well, I think that means it's time for the award ceremony. And we tried to call in Vanna White to present things and to be that showgirl, but she never returned my calls or my emails or my texts.
That's unfortunate.
Or my DMs.
I don't care that she's like 80 now, dude, but she still looks hot.
I wouldn't say she looks hot.
I don't know, man. I'm a cougar hunter.
You're a plastic hunter, that's for certain.
Ooh. That hurts. That hurts my soul.
Yeah, I guess you're into Botox.
Botox.
Yeah.
Okay, how do we want to do this? Should we just start going down the list here?
Yeah, we're just
We
gonna
got
we got a mix of real awards and fake awards.
Yes.
Are completely unbiased or completely objective.
Yeah, no bias, 100% objective. These are going to be real awards.
Yes.
That are going to be given out by nobody.
And the next,
who's lies it anyway? The points don't matter.
Yeah, exactly. And our first award that we're going to be predicting is the most annoying Toronto Maple Leafs. I mean, the most annoying fan base in the league, which I think I might have already ruined my prediction.
Well, tell us why. On normal years, I think I would have agreed with you, but tell us why.
Because it's Toronto, and it's the combination of the media and the fans, and they're so delulu. They're delulu.
Oh, yes.
They don't know what they're doing. They overreact to the utmost degree. They win in a shootout against San Jose, and they're like, plan the parade.
Yeah, get the boats out, plan the parade, everybody.
Yeah. And, they have one game where Matthews doesn't score, and they're like, trade him, get rid of him. Yeah. I don't know. I find them to be, they're always everywhere, and they get so much attention, and they don't really do enough to deserve it.
True. I feel like they're the NHL equivalent to the Dallas Cowboys. They've self-proclaimed themselves America's team. They get all the media attention. All the pundits think they're going to win. And every year they underperform and they just suck and they look terrible. They are the Cowboys of hockey.
They're a great regular season team. Don't get me wrong. But they live for the regular season.
Yeah. Well, I guess let's put a secondary prediction on this then. Who is Toronto going to lose to in the first round this year? Is it going to be Boston again?
I want it to be Florida this year.
Well, I don't, only because that's one less opportunity to take Florida out.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's always been Tampa or Boston. I feel like it's time to mix it up a little bit.
I mean, fair. As a Boston fan, it is sweet. It does feel nice.
Yeah.
Like I said, though, most years I'd agree with you. Toronto, hands down. However, this year I'm already giving the award out, and you can't change my mind no matter what happens throughout the rest of the season. Arizona, you lost your team. It's your own fault for not going. Stop whining.
I don't think you can call two fans a fan base. That's my only concern with that prediction. Do they have enough people to complain?
Touche. But yes, Arizona.
Have you been hearing a lot of complaints? I've heard nothing, but
yeah. Well, and I hear a ton of it because I'm more tapped into that Utah market. I'm on all the social media pages and looking at everything. You can't get more than 2 comments on any post without Arizona should have never left. Utah's going to be gone in 2 years. Hockey belongs in the desert. Calling you out, Tony. Love you, but please. There's this one guy, Tony. I think he lives to post on Facebook here, but literally anything that's posted by the team, instantly you can rely on him to be posting the same photo of the Arizona Coyotes sitting in the stands holding a cardboard sign that says hockey belongs in the desert.
Something.
Every single post without fail.
Now, I don't mean to call people bots, But this is kind of sounding a little bit like a bot to me.
Yeah, no. The reason that I know he's not is because he has followed me and commented on some of my stuff and liked my stuff too. So we'll at least pretend he's a real person or
Does he
a
post
really
the same picture
advanced
on your
bot.
stuff?
No. I'm both excited and a little disappointed. I've never seen it, but there have been a few posts that I've gotten to before he did, and I have to tag him and hey Tony, you missed a post. Come drop it here. Kind of funny to me. But yes, Arizona, I think they're just going to continually whine. They're going to continually complain. Marulo screwed you guys. I know. I get that. But y'all had 2 stadiums, and neither one of them was able to sustain this team. You had to go play at a college arena that holds 3,000, 4,000 people, and y'all still couldn't sell that out. And now everybody's whining as if they were robbed. You had the opportunity to keep them. I don't feel bad for you if you weren't going and supporting the team. Sorry for a little bit of tough love, but I don't feel bad for you. Most annoying fan base, 1 right there.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. I accept that.
Yeah.
I like it. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Next award. What you got?
Most fighting majors. I'm taking Matt Rempe.
Oh, that was my pick.
I don't think that that's a very controversial pick. We can be on the same pick. That's fine.
No, but see, now I gotta pick someone else.
That's fair. That's fair.
Who else
if you need some inspiration, just look at my shirt here.
Does he fight? Yeah, Spicy Tuna.
Spicy Tuna.
Great shirt.
Yes. Anybody? Any Utah fans? Spicy Tuna. I'm gonna get used to this camera one of these days. Go buy the shirt on my page, Utah Hockey Live. It is for sale. Yeah, Matt Rempe, I mean, his entire existence is come up, fight, get out of the penalty box, fight again, get out of the penalty box, fight again. He's very exciting to watch. It's a lot of fun. Huge kid. I'm gonna give him that. I don't think anybody's gonna be surprised by that. He's gonna have the most majors for fighting.
Yeah. Okay. Just to be controversial, I'll pick Spicy Tuna.
There you go.
Yeah. No, I change it. No, Brady Tkachuk. I'll do Brady Tkachuk.
Not Matthew, but Brady.
Brady, yeah. No, Matthew doesn't fight that much.
He doesn't, and I wish he would.
Yeah.
I need to call him out while we're talking about that. I don't remember who it was, but they were playing somebody this week. He challenged. Stop it with the eye roll.
When you're winning 5-1, you don't fight.
Yeah, sure, if you're winning 5-1, you don't fight, but you don't challenge somebody to a fight and then refuse to drop the gloves and act like a victim. That's where the problem came in.
Well, when you're a pest, you do.
And that's why I hate him. That's there's a difference between being an annoying pest and being a little girl. Go annoy him. Go lick him in the face. That's fine. You don't challenge somebody to a fight and then not fight. You're a wimp.
The Brad Marchand fan saying
if you mean it.
I just love this. I love this. This is great.
Yeah. He's the most obnoxious pest that this league has ever seen. I'm willing to put that out there. But if he challenges you to a fight, he's going to fight you. I think there's a difference.
How do you know that he challenged him to a fight? That's all I want to know. How do you know that's what he did?
Not only can you see him saying it on the ice, but in the post-game interviews, the guy who he challenged was like, I don't know what happened. He said he wanted to drop. I dropped. He acted like nothing happened.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
yeah. I mean, is it underhanded, sleazy, dirty, and cheap? Absolutely. If he's saying that, oh yeah, that's even worse. But I love it.
Yeah. It's dumb.
I agree. I agree with you 100%. You're 100% right. I cannot argue your fact at all. I cannot. But see,
you live for it.
But see, at the same time, that's exactly what he wants. It's exactly what he was trying to do. And you can hate it all you want, but it works. And it's terrible. And it's underhanded. But hey, a wise man once said, if you ain't cheating, you ain't fighting. If you ain't trying to cheat, you ain't trying to win. Something like that. Whatever the wise words were. Whatever the good book says.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
There we go. That's the phrase. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. There we go.
And as a Boston sports fan, that still makes me upset because I hate the Patriots and Bill Belichick. Glad he's unemployed. Anyway, most self-inflicted injuries. Who you got? I think we're going to be on the same page with this one as well, only because this is a complete meme category that was spawned by one singular event.
Yeah, Nylander.
Yeah, yeah. I still
Yeah.
want to get that video on a loop so we can just punch a button and have it play.
I
That
kind of want. I kind of want to say Kaprizov though as well, since he loves to get injured. I don't know
yeah,
how many of
that's
them are
fair.
self-inflicted.
Yeah. See, I'm just giving it to Toronto as a team. They're going to find more ways to hurt themselves.
Yes,
Right. Right.
that's fair.
Um, a
Most
little bit more of a
improved player.
serious. Yeah, a little bit more of a serious category. I'm going to give this to Kyler Miyamoto.
Okay,
Exactly.
I love it. I love your optimism, and I love that you believe he can do it.
Yeah.
I
Well,
fully
here's the
support this.
thing. I don't
Fully
believe
support
he
it.
can do it. I haven't believed that he can do it, but he's been showing it. No, I'm not saying he's going to be in the top tier upper echelon of players. But the fact that he got run out of town in 2 teams that he played for, he's been crap. He came over to Utah for a tryout. Not only was he one of the top few players on our team in the preseason, yes, I understand it's preseason, but he's looking
I
good. I think the potential is there that he can at least recapture a little bit of what they expected him to be when he was that number 1 overall pick, however many years ago it was. I'm giving him most improved. He's not the best player. I think he's going to make something of himself this year.
That's fair. That's good. I want to give it. I think it's going to be Connor Bedard.
Interesting take. Okay.
Because here's the thing. Yeah, he had a decent rookie season, but he wasn't even at a point per game. He's a generational talent. And yeah, he got injured, and yeah, he's on Chicago, but if he wants to be that generational talent and to bring his team to that higher level to help get them to the point that they're hoping he can, he's got to take a lot of major steps. He's got to improve a lot, especially at his size. He's got to figure out how to bring his dominance to the NHL at his size, because he's a small guy.
Sure.
And that's harder for a small guy to be that dominant force. And so I think he's got to improve a lot. And so I think if he's the type of person he's supposed to be, he's going to improve a lot this second season, his sophomore season.
That's fair. And I mean, the little bit that I've seen and I've heard, a lot of people are saying he's really he's still 19. He's still got a long ways to go, but he's starting to pick up a little bit on that leadership position. He's starting to understand, whether he wants to or not, he has to be the guy there in Chicago. He has to be the leader. He has to run that team. From what I'm hearing, he's starting to learn how to do that. So I don't think you're too far off.
Yeah.
Okay, what's next?
Isn't it the first coach firing?
I want to see where you're at with this one.
Yeah. I could see it. I think it might. I think it could be possibly Anaheim.
Okay.
Or, because see, there are coaches that I think will be fired by the end of the season. At the end of the season, depending on team results, like Minnesota, for example. Calgary. When was Calgary's coach hired? Let me see that, because I think Calgary Flames coach. This Calgary Flames head coaches. Okay, I think it could be either Anaheim or Calgary.
Anaheim, Calgary. Okay.
Possibly.
I don't think either of those are terrible picks.
I think Detroit's coach, depending on season end results, is on the line.
Okay.
Sabres coach, I guess maybe it could be the Sabres. I don't know. What are you thinking? Well, that's what I got to find out.
That's fair. What am I thinking? Dan Bylsma in Seattle.
Oh, yep.
Not because they're going to be the worst team in the league, but because they are going to underperform again. They came into the league. They tried to pull a Vegas. They did really well. They made it to the playoffs. The first 2 years, and then they're on a steep decline.
Sorry,
I'm not.
sorry. Oh, sorry, Seattle. Yes. For a
Seattle,
second, I thought Buffalo, and I'm like, Buffalo hasn't made the playoffs in years. But no, right.
No.
Seattle. I forgot about
Seattle.
Seattle. My bad.
Yeah. No, you're good. You're good. So yeah, I don't think they're going to be the worst team in the league. I think this is going to be a case of ownership says, hey, we've got a decent team. They're underperforming. We need to shake something up. I think he's gone.
Yeah, I could see it. Coaches have been in recent history on very short leashes, and are oftentimes the first to go because they're the easiest to replace and use as a scapegoat for underperformance.
Yep.
Edmonton knows nothing about that.
Oh no. Well, in I wanted to throw Torts in there, but he usually has about a 2.5 year leash. So I think he's got a little bit more time till they chase him out of town for being mean to the players or something.
Yeah, but he's in Philly, and it's the city of brotherly love.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough, Tortorella fits so well in Philly.
The city of brotherly love that hates Santa Claus and throws beer cans and snowballs at him. I ain't buying it.
Wait, at Torts or Santa Claus?
It's Santa Claus.
Oh, cool.
Number of years ago, there was a Eagles game where Santa was out on the field and they started throwing snowballs at Santa because, I mean, that's just Philly. They hate happiness.
Yes, they really do. which is why they drafted Carter Hart. I mean, what? Okay, moving on.
I'm still upset I drafted him last year too.
Yeah, well, moving on. Best and worst record. I want Edmonton to have the best record. I want it so bad. I know a 6-0 loss in the first game of the season. It's not the way you start that, but every team's gonna have a few really bad games.
It's true.
Hey, we
get
just
them out of the way early.
We're getting it out of the way early.
Yep. So Edmonton's your pick. I don't hate it.
I want Edmonton. I don't know if it's actually gonna happen, but I want it.
Okay. Well, I mean, it makes it a little bit easier, narrows it down. If you're going to have the best record, you're obviously winning your division. So I just had to look at 4 teams because there's only 4 divisions. We already picked our division winners. I was able to narrow it down. I think it's going to be between Edmonton and Dallas, and I think Dallas takes that.
That's fair.
I think Edmonton's going to be solid in there, but I think Dallas will have the best record and get swept in the first round. Bold.
I feel
worst record.
I respect it. Worst record.
I have a feeling we're going to be on the same page
here.
Columbus. Okay, maybe not. I'm taking San Jose for a second year in a row. In fact, if we go down a couple of lines on our show map here, I also have the Sharks winning under 20.5 games.
Yes. And I'm going to take the over because life's too short to take the under. Life's too short. Take the over.
Sharks fans, I'll make it up to you next week. I'll wear my Sharks hat. I do have one.
Yeah. So I hate to bring up bad things, but the Blue Jackets off-season losses, really, because San Jose has acquired new talent. They have new prospect goalie. They have Celebrini. They made some acquisitions.
Yep.
And the Blue Jackets tragically lost Johnny Gaudreau, as we all know. Terrible tragedy, terrible thing. And obviously, for the real life aspect, horrible, terrible, heartbreaking. But it's also quite bad in a hockey sense because you literally just lost your best player for nothing, and there's no replacing it because you can't trade with heaven. You know, you're not. You can't bring back. Other people. I just think that's going to be a big struggle for them to be able to win games without Johnny Gaudreau.
I don't think that's a bad pick either. Yeah. If we had to make it an even 3, I'd even throw Buffalo into that conversation. I think it'll be one of those 3.
Yeah, they've scored 3 goals in 3 games so far. That's
it's not doing it.
I mean, they have 3 more goals than Edmonton, to be fair, right now, but they've also played 3 times as many games.
Yeah. Kynan, does Ovechkin pass the great one this year?
I want to believe so bad.
41 goals.
42. Or has he already scored one this season?
No, 41 to tie.
Oh.
I think that might have been what the 41 was. I wrote down 41 on my notes. I think that might have been what it was. 41 to tie, 42 to pass.
It's because I've been hearing 42, which I'm pretty sure that's which is why I said it. It's 42 to pass, 41 to tie. Yeah. You're right. Okay. Yeah. So he's 39. Like he almost has to score a goal per year he's been alive. He's an old man, and he's still cooking. I want to believe, and if anyone could do it, it would be Ovi. He could find a way.
Yeah.
Washington has yet to play a game this season.
Yeah.
So
they played one.
No, they're playing one today, probably.
They did. I looked that up. Let me see if I can pull it back up. Because he didn't score, but PLD scored.
Was it a preseason game? Because my standings is saying that Washington has 0 games played.
Really?
Yeah. So either Google is wrong or you're wrong. And I'm inclined to believe Google's wrong.
Thanks, Bo. It might have been. I don't know. I'm not going to worry about looking it up right now. But anyway, yeah.
We just go to NHL.com. Oh, LA Boston has already started.
Ooh.
Keep tabs.
I know what I'll be doing as soon as we're done here. But yeah, I've been back and forth on this one. I wrote this down. Last year.
Your mic cut out for a second.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you're good. You're good now. You're good now. You're good now.
Okay.
So repeat what you said. Sorry, I didn't hear.
No, you're good. You're good. I was just saying I've been just really back and forth on whether or not he does it this year with that just over 40 goals. Last year was a down year for him. He struggled. But for somebody like him, 40 goals, 42 goals, I don't want to necessarily use the word easy, but it's very, very attainable. It really is just going to depend what Ovi do we see this year. I think he absolutely has the shot to do it. He very well can. If he doesn't this year, I don't care if he's 800 years old. He's playing again next year to get that goal.
Yeah, if he doesn't get it this year, that's the thing. If he doesn't get it this year, he's getting it next year. There's no question.
Exactly. So, like I said, I've been back and
second
forth.
Half of last season.
Yeah. But I've been back and forth. I'm probably going to continue to be back and forth on it. Just to give you, I have to give a prediction out right now. I'm going to take yes. I think he's gonna turn it on. I think once he gets to about 20 goals, he's going to start smelling it, and he's really going to start pushing it. I think Washington's going to find themselves out of the playoff hunt early enough that everybody's just going to say, you know what? If we're not playing for the playoffs, let's play for this. They're just going to feed him the puck. He's going to be taking 10 shots a night.
Yeah, I agree.
So I think he's going to get it.
I'll say no just to be controversial.
Fair.
Just to stick it to you.
Fair enough.
But he will next year. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now for the real awards.
Couple of real ones here.
Vezina, who you got?
I have it as a tie right now.
Okay.
I've got my three finalists. I've got Jeremy Swayman, Thatcher Demko, Jake Ottinger.
Demko, really?
Yeah.
Even though he's injured and we don't know when he's going to play or how well he'll play?
Yes. I think
Vancouver fans will love you.
Yeah, I think he's too good to count out. Obviously, a month from now, if he still hasn't played, that's going to have to be revised. I think he's too good. He's got too much talent. If he can get back in the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I think he's got a shot at it. But with the variables, that's why I have him third, losing out. It's a toss-up for me between Swayman and Ottinger, but I just call it bias. I can't vote against Swayman right now. I think they've got a higher ceiling, both defensively. I know we didn't see that in game one. But he's got a lot to prove right now as well. He just went through that messy offseason 2 years in a row. He just got that huge deal he wanted. He now needs to earn that, and he needs to prove it. I think that's going to show in his play as the year goes on. I'm taking Swayman over Ottinger, but just barely, with Demko being third. And then I know you hate it, but I've got two other names in the conversation as we get towards the end of the year. I don't think they have a shot at winning it, but they're at least going to garner a little bit of attention. I've got Anderson of the Hurricanes and Ingram of Utah.
I can't tell who I'm more surprised by. I think those are choices.
Hey, we can't always take the 100% safe route. And like I was saying the other day, I don't think those two are winning it, but I don't think they are so foreign that that's impossible. I don't think those are. I'm not saying Jack Campbell's winning the Vezina. You know, they're not so far out there. It's impossible. They have to go on good runs, but they have good teams. It could happen. It could happen that they could be discussed. They'll get a little bit of attention for it. They're not winning it.
Okay, you know what? I can't argue. Well, I could. I just don't want to. I could. I just don't want to.
I'll extend an olive branch here too, as much as I don't want to. If Montembeault could keep it up and play like he did the other day, he's gonna be talked about.
I mean, yes, that I can't argue. What I can argue is that I can guarantee he will not be able to keep playing like that, because no goalie can. No goalie can. So yeah, if he was, we wouldn't be talking Vezina. We'd be talking greatest single season performance of all time, and that's
not happening.
Not happening. It's literally impossible. So okay, my picks. I think this year the winner will be. I think Shesterkin goes for it again. I think he's just. Okay. I think he's got something to prove to the Rangers that he should be their highest paid player. It's a contract year. That always brings, I find a contract year where you're trying to get a contract always brings out something better rather than your first year with a new contract. And so I think Vasilevsky needs, if Tampa's going to remain as competitive as they have in previous years, they will need a better season. They will need a Vezina-worthy performance from Vasilevsky, but he's not coming off of back surgery this year. That was last year. And so he had the surgery and all this stuff to do that. So I think he's going to play well. So I want to give him that top three nod. And then I want to see Ottinger do it. I don't know if he will. He's so solid. He's so great. But I don't know if we've seen that same performance out of him that we saw a couple years ago in the Calgary series of the playoffs.
That's fair.
But he can do it. And he's very, very good. And I want to see him make that push for that league MVP for goalies. So that's there. And then if I had to pick fringe goalies that could maybe do it just so that I can be in line with you, I would pick who are teams again? Because I know I have two. I'm trying to come up with a second one because I have one. Maybe I do Allmark because there's no shot he actually gets it being on the Senators, but maybe he gets to be kind of that fringe talking point, and then Aiden Hill from Vegas.
No Stu?
Those would be my fringe ones for your Ingram and Anderson.
Okay.
If you put a gun in my head and said, "Hey, pick fringe goalies for this," those would be my fringe picks.
I do want to put it out there, by the way. These are not exhaustive lists. You mentioned Shesterkin. 100%. 100% he's going to be in that conversation. He could even crack the top three. I'm just not going to list every single good goalie out there. I didn't forget him, guys. Don't worry. I just didn't list everybody I think is good. Don't come at me, Rangers fans. Especially one of my roommates is a Rangers fan. Don't come at me.
No, come at him. Cool. Get him.
Do it. Come at me. You can't.
Get him.
You can't. Hart Trophy. What do you got?
I want to say because this is what who the writers will vote as the league MVP. Because the Ted Lindsay's who the players vote. Hart is who they.
Yeah.
I feel like they might pick Matthews. I'm not picking Matthews, but it's an alternating year, so they got to pick Matthews. Keep him relevant. Okay, so let's just say, do we want to agree that McDavid and Matthews are not allowed to be picked for this?
No.
Just for interesting's sake?
No. Should I give you my top 3?
I mean, you can.
Because McDavid's one of those. I don't think a year can go by and I'm not gonna pick a winner. I'm gonna pick my top 3 on here because of that reason. McDavid's always going to be in the conversation, but just saying he wins, it's kind of boring. The second one a little bit less so, but also very close. McKinnon.
He was last year's winner, yeah.
Exactly. The third one, though, I alluded to last week. And again, I just because it's not fun, it's not interesting if we just play it safe all the time. There has to be some realm of possibility, but it has to be a little out there. Ready yourself. I mentioned last week, I think Philip Forsberg takes the scoring title with the most goals. I think he's in the Hart conversation. I'm expecting a big year out of him.
If he takes the scoring title, yes, I agree. He would be in that conversation.
Right. And he has had a couple of mid 40 goal seasons. They upgraded some of that team. He was on a tear last year. Nashville's on the rise right now. I think he's gonna have a big year this year. So those are my top 3. I think he's still on the outside looking into the other 2, but the other 2, honestly, it's a coin toss. No disrespect to Cooch, but I see Tampa Bay falling this year, overall.
Forsberg did have a career year last year.
Yep.
Oh, goodness. How old is he? He's 30 years old. Okay, fair. I mean, I do want to put McKinnon in there. I want to put Draisaitl in there.
Ooh, okay.
But
not McDavid.
I don't want to be boring. I'm not putting McDavid in because I think Draisaitl wants to step it up this year, and McDavid's always going to step it up every year. Yeah. And will he win it probably this year? Yeah, but I want to see them
dig deep, shall we say?
Yeah. Right bleeping now. Right bleeping now. Yeah.
I don't know. Why is everybody giving him crap? Yes, he's angry. Is a leader that's losing not supposed to be upset and motivate his team and scream at him a little bit? Like, why is everybody angry? Anyway, side note.
Yeah. Maybe my dark horse pick will be Panarin. I'll give Panarin my dark horse.
Okay.
My dark horse nominee.
Yeah, my roommate Ross would love you for that.
Yeah. And that's not just because I have him in one of my fantasy leagues. But
it's not just opium.
Yeah. I know a lot of people are getting all hyped up on the Devils, but they're not. They don't have the experience. They're not there. They're not that guy yet.
I mean, I know we talked about it last week. I still think they're on the rise. I think they're going to do well, but at the same time, I do agree. I think some people are too high on them. I think they're a little overrated, but I think they're moving in the right direction for sure.
Let's just see them make the playoffs first, and then
one step at a time, Devils fans.
Yeah, Calder, Celebrini. I honestly don't really know any rookies other than Celebrini. So I don't even have nominees. I'm just like, Celebrini.
That's fair. And I knew you were going to go there. I knew you were going to take Celebrini.
I'm a rookie, uneducated fool.
That's fair. Dallas fans, Logan Stankoven over both Celebrini and Michkov.
Is Stankoven a rookie?
And that's where I was getting. I don't know what the rules are exactly. I didn't care enough to look him up, but he is classified as a rookie. He is in the running for the Calder Trophy, even with his experience last year and playoff experience. Because of that, I'm going to take Stankoven over Celebrini and Michkov.
He played 24 games. That's right around.
Yeah. I like I said, I don't know what the cutoff is. I just know that he is eligible. So it's got to be around that 25, 30 game mark somewhere.
I did just pick up Stankoven in fantasy, so that
good.
I was like, wait, I'm pretty sure I did, so I just went and checked, and yeah, I did. Sweet. Well, then I'll put Stankoven in the hunt too. Then.
There you go.
Yeah, if he's eligible. I don't know if he's eligible. I don't know what the requirements are.
Yeah.
And last one, the Norris. Can I just say this? The Norris Trophy's kind of become a bit of a joke of a trophy because it's not so much a trophy for best defenseman. More, it's just who's the best offensive defenseman? Which defenseman essentially can get the most points?
Yeah, pretty much.
And so you've got your candidates for that are Makar, Bouchard, and someone else. Like Adam Fox or Noah Dobson or who won it last year?
Was it Hughes last year?
Oh, yeah, Quinn Hughes. Sorry. Yeah, so you've got like Bouchard, Hughes, and Makar. Those are your...
Yeah.
Because Carlson's gone, by the way.
Yeah.
We thought Nurse's contract was bad. Wait until Carlson.
So, I agree, unfortunately. I really wish they would refocus that on defense. I mean, I'm not saying that a high-scoring defenseman's a bad thing. We already have scoring titles. I want to see that defensive title. With that being said, I didn't even consider it until I saw a couple of writers talking about it, and then it really, really ticked that bias box going. But I think our finalists, our final three, I think it's Cale Makar and Quinn Hughes losing to Charlie McAvoy.
Okay, cool.
I think he's going to be having a breakout season. By his standards, that's huge because every season's kind of a breakout season. He's a very, very good young player.
Yes.
Those are going to be my final three. I'm willing to admit it's the bias taking over and the writers are influencing my opinion a little bit. But as long as those three are even close to the final three, I'll be happy with that prediction there.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
So
again, I've got McAvoy in one of my leagues, so I'm very okay with that.
Yeah. Did I get him in our league or did you swipe him from me? I don't remember.
Well, I didn't swipe him from you. I got Macker.
Macker.
Let's see. Do you have him? No, you've got him in.
Thank goodness. Yeah. Thank goodness.
Yeah, no, I swiped Aho from you.
That's right. You swiped my line
without remembering.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for a trade offer.
I'll have to look. But you wanted Rantanen for him, and that's not happening. So
no, I didn't say just Rantanen. I was doing a deal where I gave you Tkachuk and Aho and got Rantanen, one of your bottom feeders, from you.
Yeah.
But you're like, I can't take Tkachuk when I hate the Florida Panthers, which is not fair. Happening. But at the same time, like that's my offer. So you gotta come up with a way to sweeten the deal.
I'll take a look.
Okay, make me an offer I cannot refuse.
I'll take a look for sure.
And then Rocket Richard. I'm going Draisaitl. Draisaitl's going to take it back. It's been too many years since he's had it. He doesn't view himself as a goal scorer, but I think this year, whatever injury was plaguing him last year, it's going to be all dealt with. And
hopefully he's over it.
Snipe City.
Yeah. Yeah.
We
already talked about mine, Forsberg. I mean, we've already gone over that, so that's a little boring.
Assist, goals or points leader?
Well, goals. Points, I think, is going to be the same as my assists leader. You got to go boring. I think that's Connor McDavid.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But really,
boring.
I just want to go back on the goals thing. You think Forsberg will be the leader in goals?
Yes. Yes.
Huh. Okay.
Yes.
I like it. I like it. He's going to have to really push past everything he's done in his career, but I mean the Predators are improved. They're going to be better. So I'm excited. I want to see it happen. I do. I genuinely do.
It'll happen. Mark it down. Nashville fans, mark it down now.
Yeah. Okay. Sis leader. Yeah, McDavid. I'm curious if Kucherov can stay healthy. I'm curious to see how he competes for that. But Kucherov had a hat trick his first game. He didn't. He was scoring goals, which
we'll see what happens.
Not do. He's not a goal scorer.
Yeah, that's the end of that list. I do have a couple other randoms. I noticed you didn't put any in here. I hope you got at least a few, but we'll see.
We'll see.
Couple of memes here for you guys. Jake DeBrusk, he will be complaining publicly to the media and or requesting a trade before the All-Star game.
From Vancouver. Do you think he's just not going to be able to take the media and the fans, or what?
I think he's unable to take anything because he's just mentally unfit to play hockey.
All right.
I think he's still living in high school and just the maturity is just not there. He's got a lot of talent. He finds a way to whine and complain and moan about every situation, about every little thing, every couple of weeks. He'll go on a tear. He'll do really well for 2-3 weeks. And then as soon as he gets into a little bit of a slump, it's the team's fault. They're not passing me the puck. Our defense sucks. I hate management. He'll be whining. I think a little bit less controversial. PLD is going to be underperforming. He's going to be making headlines. I know.
Wow.
He'll be in the headlines about his poor attitude. Not just about his poor play, but his poor attitude and being a locker room cancer. By December 1st, he's already going to be hitting headlines about that. Quite the take, I know. Sharks under 20.5 wins. We already discussed that. We're going to have a goalie goal this year. It's going to be UPL. Now, hear me out.
You think Buffalo's ever going to be leading in a game that the other team pulls the goalie?
Now, hear me out. I know it's Buffalo. I know it's Buffalo. But, like... I like the guy. I like the guy. I drafted Luukkonen last year. That put him on my personal radar. And I think it's going to be one of those things that I think teams are going to feel safe in pulling the goalie a little bit early against Buffalo. So I think they're going to have a few more chances for that. I think that's where it comes in. Teams are going to say, Buffalo's so bad, we can pull the goalie at 5 minutes instead of 2.5, 2 minutes.
Okay. I think it's going to be Skinner for that.
Okay.
Because he's
not
done
a bad
it before.
take either.
He did it in minors.
Yeah.
He does have a goalie goal, just not the NHL level.
Can I just say though, the award for the best mustache in the league goes to Skinner.
Forsberg might have something to say about that though.
He does, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm gay, but I like the way his mustache fits his face. It's great. He just looks great with that stash. I hate the 80s porn stash, but for him, it works. I don't know.
It is an amazing stash. When you come to watch the game on New Year's Eve, get ready to see the Stu stash go across the Jumbotron when he makes a big save.
Yes. Oh, yes. With that being said, we'll jump down to that one. That's the last one on my list. I'm going to make it to 5 games this year. That's my prediction. I've made it to 1. Made it to the Utah home opener, and as was just alluded to, I will be in Edmonton on New Year's. We're going to have to find a way. We'll get your room set up because we'll have to be streaming from the same room for that week.
Yeah, we can make that work.
Oh, yeah. But I'll be up there. Utah will be in Edmonton on New Year's Eve. I will be there for that. I'm hoping on 3 others throughout the year. We'll see what happens. I think we're going to have the highest league-wide goal total of all time this year. I think overall, offense is going to be up, goaltending is going to be down.
That was last year. So you're just saying that trend will continue?
Exactly right. I don't think anything changes there. Leafs fans, cover your eyes now. Matthews, Marner, or Nylander One of them is gone. Nylander. I knew it would get you. One of them's gone. Possibly two. The reason I had to put possibly two, I feel like Marner's at this point it's only a matter of time. Nylander hurting himself. I think this is a case we've seen it.
Well, he didn't hurt himself.
Sure. Somebody else hurt him.
Somebody else hurt
by a teammate.
We're not going to say who. We're not saying who.
No. Yeah, we've seen it a million times throughout all the major sports. I think this is a case of too many cooks in the kitchen, too many high level players, high egos. They did not look good. They did not look like a unit or a team last year in the playoffs. Marner's been speculated to be traded for quite a while now. I'm surprised it didn't happen in the offseason. I think one of them's gone this year. Possibly two. I'm going to stick with one for sure, though.
It won't be Matthews since he got the captaincy.
No.
Like, I know you don't have Tavares on that list. I feel like he's more likely than Matthews, but yeah, I think it's going to be Marner or Nylander if anyone goes.
Yeah. And the reason I have those three is because a lot of people, not everybody, I'm hearing a lot of people kind of considering that like the core three or the big three or whatever. I think that group gets split up this year. They're not making it all the way till the spring.
Yeah.
So
for their sake,
that's what I got.
Okay. Cool. I'm so bad at following this kind of drama or remembering it.
Fair.
So I guess if I had to make it, Mark Stone goes on LTIR again.
When?
Though just in time for the trade deadline again, of course.
Okay.
Naturally.
I like it.
And shoot.
We'll have more memes throughout the year. Don't worry, guys.
Yeah. I already made that Well, I guess I made my change in prediction of Utah making the playoffs instead of Seattle. So we'll see how much I flip-flop between them this year. And I predict
don't hurt yourself.
No. That Demko plays under 30 games.
Ooh.
Because here's the thing. As I've been following all that, the big reason why he keeps getting injured is because he practices at too strenuous a rate. He is very hard on his body during practices, and he's having to relearn. He's having to learn how to pace himself in training and in practice because his knees are getting wrecked. His knee surgeries happen. That's why he's still questionable as to when he's going to start, because he's having to reteach himself how to do all this extra stuff to have any kind of longevity.
Yeah, that's fair.
And that's it. Like, people, he was supposed to play. They were saying, "Oh yeah, he might be back for the final few games of the Edmonton-Vancouver series." He still hasn't even played once.
Yeah.
And we don't know when he's coming back. So it's if anything, that's going to be there. Stemko under 30 games. And
I don't think that's bad at all.
And I think this is going to be a fun one. At the end of an Ottawa-Boston game, Allmark and Swayman hug. They do their hug. That's that'll be my last fun prediction. Is that Swayman and Allmark at the end of a Boston-Ottawa game do their goalie hug.
I will cry if we get to see another goalie hug.
The league will cry.
Yes, as they should. Everybody will become Ottawa and Boston fans for about 10 seconds. And then they will all remember how much they hate Boston.
I mean, if they can get both of them to the All-Star game, it'll for sure happen there.
Oh, like imagine that.
That's your way of for sure having it happen, is getting them to getting them both to the All-Star game. But I think it happens at a real game as well. We're
gonna start a community effort here. We need everybody pushing this. Let's get this out there. I want the media taking this on. I want everybody to hear about it. Those two need to make the All-Star game. I don't care if they suck and they don't deserve it. Get those two to the All-Star game. I want an All-Star game goalie hug.
Yeah, I agree. I like that one. I'm a fan of that. Okay.
Okay.
Now
and
our
last
section.
segment for today, guys.
Parlay.
Every week, yes, we're gonna do a Saturday morning parlay. Don't look at the scores because apparently 1 or 2 games have already started.
And don't actually sports bet. It's a trap. They will always get your money. Don't do it.
Yes.
But we're calling it that because it's fun.
Yes. So what we're going to do, he and I are going to have a head-to-head every Saturday this year.
Yep.
We're going to predict the games that are going on today. And whichever one of us wins the most games gets the win for the week. And we're going to keep that going throughout the season. We're going to have our little head-to-head. So game 1, LA versus Boston. Who you got? I don't think this will be controversial.
Hold on. I'm looking at the current stats in the game to see if I can get kind of an advantage. No, I'm taking Boston.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm with you on that. Right on my whiteboard here. I think we both got Boston. I think some of these will be pretty obvious. Florida, Buffalo.
Florida.
Okay. In agreement there. Pittsburgh, Toronto.
Pittsburgh.
Oh, I got Toronto. On that one. Ottawa, Montreal.
Hold on, I'm writing it down in our doc as well.
Okay.
Ottawa, Montreal. I'm going Ottawa.
This is one of the harder ones for me, but I have to agree.
This is a coin flip, yeah.
Yep. I take Ottawa as well there. Nashville, Detroit. I've got Nashville today.
I'll take Detroit. I feel like that's also a bit of a toss-up, at least early on, since we don't know how good Detroit is going to be. Nashville's definitely the favorite there, but
I think both teams have potential this year. So.
I think they can both do it. For the Carolina Tampa game, I'm picking Milton.
Yeah, I'm gonna disagree with you. I'm gonna pick both teams surviving. Everybody, again, we're memeing on it.
Yeah.
If you're in the area, please be safe. Please be careful. Anything anybody's able to do, if you can help out, get down there with supplies, donate. Please help those people out. They got hit by Helene. That was rough. We talked about that last week. But then Milton just came through and wrecked the Tampa Bay area.
So that game is postponed for those who don't know.
Yeah, that game is postponed. I don't know the status of their arena. I know the Trop where the Tampa Bay Rays play, that got ripped apart. They were using that as an emergency shelter, and there's no roof anymore. So they are struggling down there. Utah, New York. Let me clarify. The Rangers. We played the Isles the other day.
Yeah, I'm picking the Rangers.
Me too.
I think Utah needs a little humbling.
I don't think they necessarily need a little humbling. I think you just can't go undefeated forever. New York is going to be the toughest team out of the 3 they faced so far. I hope I'm wrong, but I think New York might have this one.
Okay. I'm going New Jersey for Washington, New Jersey.
New Jersey over the Caps, easy. Dallas over the Islanders, easy.
Yep. Seattle and Minnesota. Or Minnesota.
Hey, I got to give love to my Midwest brethren here. Minnesota's got it.
Yeah, we're both going Minnesota. Columbus, Colorado. Both Columbus to lose. Are you picking Columbus?
You have to throw an upset in every once in a while.
All right. I appreciate you giving me the win this week.
I got you. Calgary, Philly. Tough one.
Yeah. I gotta go. I'm going Philly.
Interesting. I took Calgary on that.
Yeah. Chicago, Edmonton. No,
Here's the problem. I feel like it should be Edmonton, but they're playing so bad after that first game. It's
a bounce
it makes
back
it
game.
hard. It makes it harder for me to take Edmonton, but I definitely still take Edmonton.
Yeah, dude, they're gonna be scared. Like, I'm worried for Chicago because Edmonton's going to be pissed.
I hope.
Pissed.
I sure hope.
Oh, they will
then,
be. This is
Anaheim,
not going
San Jose.
Dude, the pinnacle, the penultimate game of the month. Anaheim and San Jose, the Battle of the Bay. The
Not quite, but yes.
Colorado, the California clash. The almost battle. Oh, sorry, it's not Los Angeles, San Jose. Yeah, I get would be the Battle of the Bay. The Battle of the.
Well, that wouldn't either. The Battle of the Bay would be 2 Bay Area teams, not a Southern California team.
They're all Bay Area teams to me. They're all in the same area.
Get your California right.
No, it's California.
Fair enough. I left that place for a reason.
Why are there 10 hockey teams in California, for crying out loud?
Right.
What the heck?
None of them are good.
No, they used to be. But, oh, gosh. Hold on, I got to flip a coin. I need a coin. Well, actually, San Jose doesn't have celebrating, so I'm going the Ducks.
Yep. I took the Ducks because if San Jose wins, they're on pace for more than 20.
Yeah. Now I want to know how much money we would make on if we got all of these right on a parlay. So we'll have to
look into that.
Yeah,
that'd be interesting.
Yeah,
that'd be interesting.
Keep track of who would lose the most money. Well, I mean, neither of us will ever hit. So
no, we'll call it a standard $10 bet every week, and we'll just see what would happen if we would win. I like that. We'll throw that interesting wrinkle in there.
Yep.
But anything else to wrap up the day here? Any other last notes for the hockey world?
We're only about a month away from being able to have ODR. Hopefully, last year we had so few time for that outdoor rink play. But hopefully this year that changes. So everybody, get ready for outdoor rink season. Get out there, play some hockey.
Outdoor rink play in Florida.
Outdoor.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, other than that, I will be live tonight, 5 p.m. Mountain.
Everyone go check out Jeff's stream.
Yeah.
It's Utah Hockey Live on YouTube. On Rumble. It's not YouTube
there
tonight.
We go.
Yeah.
Yeah, not YouTube tonight. YouTube's giving us technical difficulties, so for our extra attacker watchers on YouTube, sorry you didn't get to see it live. You got to watch the VOD. Next week, it should be up and running. YouTube is just, I hate Google with everything that I am. But for Utah Hockey Live, it'll be the same. It'll be live on Rumble, and then I'll post the VOD up on YouTube as well. We'll be having a watch party for the Utah versus New York game tonight. Hopefully I don't cry too much.
Cry tears of joy. Cry a lot. Cry with joy.
Yes. You know, in win or lose, Dylan Guenther's going to score 2. So I can't really complain.
I remember being that optimistic about my young stars. Now I cheer for the team that has the oldest average age in the league. Thanks, Corey.
Shut up. Are they really?
Yeah, we're the oldest team in the league.
I still hate Corey Perry.
I love him now. I can't believe how much I love Corey Perry now. Oh my gosh, he's such a good guy. He's actually the nicest guy. I couldn't believe it.
Maybe he's changed. Yeah, maybe he's changed. I don't know.
I think he was always this way. It's just on the ice. I only know because now I get to see him as a real person more.
That's fair.
I actually get to see his interaction. Like he's so nice to people. He's one of the most consistent people for during warm-ups, giving pucks to people. The way he treats his goalie is so good, and he's such a nice person to people in real life. He's just
good.
He's a role player. He's filling a role, and I've been blown away by how much he isn't what he is on the ice.
Good. That's good to hear. Speaking of real people, though, when I come up there, we got to find out where Brother Ryan's going to church. Go stalk him at church.
So true.
Anyway, thank you all for joining us this week, week 2 For those of you joining me tonight, I will see you at 5. Otherwise, we will see you next week, 10 a.m. Mountain.
Bye.
Have a great week. Watch the hockey.
Bye.